Hey Rumor fam, it's Chibi Cosplays. So for this video I'm going to be showing you guys how, well, a time lapse of how I made my Roadhog Mask. This came out really good, honestly. I will say this, the whole mask is probably what I used to make is like worth less than $5. But this is how it is. Hope you guys like it. So I hope this video becomes useful for those who want to actually make a Roadhog mask like this, not like the original, because this one's I'm kind of doing it differently than what it originally is. So I hope you guys learned something in this video. So other than that, roll the clips. So before we get started, I want to show you guys that before I made one on a paper. I did this so I can already have a reference on how I'm gonna make it. I just took just plain old paper and Sharpie and just kind of taped it all together. This is, I think, is a masking tape painters, either masking tape or painter's tape. That way it's easier to take off and you can use the patterns again for when you're tracing it on the foam. So yeah, this is how it looks like. I'll just put it on for you guys. Let me just take off my glasses on. So this is how it looks kind of like put on, and this is kind of how it's going to look when it's made out of foam.
So for starters, you're going to want to make a pattern for your mask. And how I did mine is that I looked up kind of patterns on Google on how to make a face mask, and I found one that had a different shape. I'll just flash a picture up on the screen, and from then on I kind of made it on paper and went from there, and from there I kind of traced it onto, as you see right here, I'm tracing it onto the thicker paper, which I'm going to use as the base for the foam. As you're going and you're cutting, you're going to want to try to like try it on your face, like how I am doing right here. And it kind of gives you like a visible sense of how your mask is going. Next, you're going to want to cut it out on foam and then glue it onto the other paper to like give it a stronger sense of the craft foam, because like the craft foam that I got it from Micheal's. It's not that thick, not that sturdy, but the paper that I glue onto it gives it a much sturdier, kind of like a firmer, I would say firmer kind of sense. Maybe like how they say Warbler works with, I mean, I've never worked with Warbler, but I've always wanted to. So this is kind of giving it a lot stronger firmness to it, so that way it can stay in shape on your face. And yeah. Oh yeah, I had to leave it on my face for a while. It also helps to do that, leaving it on your face, so that way you can kind of get the shape of your face that you want it. Since it is on paper, the glue kind of dries it to be on the shape of your face. Next is the snout. I did a pattern on paper, and then I kept measuring it on the mask. I did a lot of doodling on it so I can get the kind of shape I wanted for it, and kind of the facial expressions that I wanted on it, since it is kind of like what it is expressing on the face for it. And yeah. You're gonna want to make this one out of 2 layers of foam and 1 sheet of like really thick paper. I mean, that's how I made mine. And the detailing on it is you're gonna want to kind of do some holing and some kind of a bit of like, not really carving, but like kind of shaving away some of the foam edges, so that way it could give a lot more detail. I mean, for the nose part, I kind of cut it out to give it holes and make it more look like a snout. But for the mouth, I kind of shaved away the foam for it. Don't mind me, I'm just Skyping with some friends. A tool that I recommend for when it comes to shaving the foam, I recommend kind of using a X-Acto knife. Those things are amazing when working with foam. I'm not joking, like they are a lifesaver. They do really nice cuts and everything, and they make everything look great on foam. Next is putting in the rope on the snout part. I used just a rope that I found at the 99-cent store and just made holes with the X-Acto knife and just pulled the rope in through it, and it came out really nice. I really liked the results on it. It looked honestly amazing. Next was gluing it or taping. I don't know how I did this. I think I hot glued the snout onto the mask part. It was pretty difficult to get it glued on there, since I'm kind of defying some laws of foam here. I guess I can say that. I don't know, but it was a difficult process, since it was the snout is kind of sticking out, so I needed to cut extra pieces of foam in order to glue it on. But the hot glue did hold it really sturdy there, and then some paint to cover up the hot glue helped it a lot. Why are you texting? Oh, see there, look, looks pretty nice. So next are I don't know what they're called exactly, but they're like the gas mask kind of thingies. So I used these foam well, they were knee pads, actually, not knee pads, like kind of like a knee board that I found at the 99-cent store, and they were made out of foam, and so I decided to use them to make the little gas thingies on the cheeks of the mask part. I cut them up in a thick circle, and then I cut up some other details on the craft foam and gave it the little details that it had and everything. I used Elmer's glue for it. If you do use that, make sure to leave it sitting out for a while, because that shit takes forever to dry. Honestly, after a while, I just kind of gave up on using Elmer's glue and just started using hot glue instead, because it dries pretty fast. I'm a pretty impatient person, what can I say? Next, after being done, you're going to want to start painting. Just some basic acrylics. I got them all at Micheal's for like $1 each, like the small bottle. It's enough. You're going to want to use silver and yellow and black for the painting, and yeah, so just paint away. After that, you're gonna want to cut some holes on top of on the top part of the cheek area for the X of the rope. Kind of the same thing that I did for the snout. By the way, I forgot to mention I used hot glue in order to stick it in as for there, as well as the part of the snout. Hot glue is amazing, guys. Oh my god! Just be careful when you're outside. So you're just gonna want to pull it through to make an X and hot glue, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Next is hot gluing the gas thingies. I don't know what they're called. Just hot glue on there. Just hot glue, hot glue, hot glue! As you see here, I'm kind of hot gluing the rope part. I'm cutting it and gluing it on there. By the way, make sure to be careful because the rope I use is pretty rough. So I was luckily able to find some foam in the end to stick on the back there. So it was pretty soft on my face after.
So the last thing I did was that I Mod Podged it with the spray, or you guys can use the jug as well. Quick thing about the spray that I should warn you guys about, it does leave a bad scent. So I would recommend you guys leave it maybe like out in a garage for like a whole night, maybe a whole day, and until the smell goes away. And then it can be wearable, because honestly that smells really toxic, and I don't want any of you guys dying. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video so much, click that like button down there. If you guys are new to my channel and wish to see more of my videos coming up soon, click the subscribe button down there. Check out all my previous videos as well. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. So keep raving on, my rainbow unicorns. You guys are awesome. Bye! I'm gonna go play Overwatch now!
Yeah. Oh! Whoa! 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 So much stuff's going on! J-Lo! Oh my god! Oh, hello!